Vamos a iniciar la ceremonia. Gracias por tomar asiento.
So we're about to start. Please take your seats.
Iniciaremos. Sean tan amables de tomar asiento.
¿En inglés?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. English, English, English.
¿Escucha la música?
Amigas y amigos, muy buenos días. Bienvenidas, bienvenidos. Iniciamos esta ceremonia.
Welcome. We are going to start this ceremony of World Habitat 24 Beyond the 2030 Agenda. Thank you for the presence of the Governor of the state, Mauricio Curi Gonzalez, and the different authorities, international authorities, national, state, and municipal authorities. Thank you so much. Welcome everyone. Especially we thank the presence and the attendance of the officers of the UN here with us. Welcome everyone. World Habitat Day, Beyond the 2030 Agenda. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Speaking in English. Speaking in English. English, 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 English. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much to the media. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, all our friends from the media.
Muchas gracias. Les invitamos a tomar asiento.
Please take your seats. Thank you so much for being here.
Les invitamos a...
Please take your seats. We're about to start.
Lejos. Pero es por mucho.
Togiringu, Mashay, Hamodi, Gizdengwagi.
Bienvenidos a esta su
Welcome to your home, Querétaro. Welcome to Mexico. Thank you so much for being here on behalf of Querétaro, the state of Querétaro, and on behalf of Mexico. Please be welcomed. She is Aderet Cayetano, representing our roots, our culture, representing the men and women, working men and women of Querétaro and in this country. In this way, we welcome you. Welcome to Mexico. Welcome to Querétaro. This is your home. Make yourselves at home.
Con el permiso de los guardianes y guardianas.
Okay. If I'm permitted, through these days, we salute the Wislampa path on the rising sun by Quetzalcoatl, the ruler of wisdom. We honor the couple and the well-wed Touch and Atecocco Ometeo. We salute the Mictlampa path, the place of the eternal rest, ruled by Mictlantecutli, our Lord. We offer you the Copal, the touch of Atecoculi, Ometeo. We salute in the west, westbound in Cihuatlampa, a place of women ruled by Xipetotec, our Lord, the boneless, the fleshless, touch of Wewet and Atecocuri, Ometeo.
Saludamos al rumbo del sur.
We salute the Wislampa southbound, the path of the water ruled by Huitzilopochtli of the eternal will. We offer couple the touch of Webwood, touch of Atecoculi, O Meteo. The heart, the path to the universe, close and far away, our Mother Earth, Copal, rehearse a touch of Webwood, O Meteo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 1, 2, 3. We're speaking in English. This is the English channel. English channel. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Engaging youth to create a better World Habitat Day. Beyond the 2030 agenda. 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
¿Te puedes despegar un poquito más? A ver, habla ahí.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. See? Testing, testing.
1, 2, 3, testing the English booth. 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test. No?
Ya, gracias.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test.
Ya.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gracias.
Agradecemos al Gran Espíritu
Thank you for your spirit, and we pray for enough energy for this world to become a better world. We thank to the creative energies, Mother and Father. We offer Copal the touch of Weweth, venerable touch of Wewe, Ometeu.
Esto es un poco de nuestro.
This is a bit of our roots, of our culture, of our people. This is Querétaro. This is Mexico. Thank you so much. My name is Alma Rosa Gonzalez, and together with my partner Natalia Lopez, we are honored to be the hosts today of the UN Habitat Beyond the 2030 agenda. Thank you. I'm really thrilled to start with this millenary tradition of our state, our concheros and our pastors. Okay. Well, the General Assembly of the UN established the first Monday of October as the World Habitat Day, and to reflect about human settlement to the right of a proper housing. Today we have the Habitat Day in Querétaro to involve and engage the youth in a better urban world. So I do invite you to watch the video.
Llegaste a Querétaro. Ven, vive nuestro estado. Un lugar donde lo tradicional y lo contemporáneo se entrelazan, creando experiencias únicas en su gente y su arquitectura. Un lugar de innovación y de constante crecimiento, donde la educación es un pilar para el desarrollo integral de los ciudadanos. Y la seguridad es un derecho para el bienestar de las familias. Querétaro.
Querétaro, a place of knowledge and good practices to improve the city.
Un lugar donde el deporte es una pasión.
A place where sports is passion, and art and culture are a way of life.
Donde los colores se llevan en el...
Where colors are worn on the body and music is carried in the heart. Where its history remains and is preserved from generation to generation. place that seeks to build public spaces and social connections. A place of transitions and resilience towards friendlier futures. You have arrived to Querétaro. Come, experience our city, experience our youth, experience our people, experience our culture, experience our creativity, experience our innovation. Come and live World Habitat Day, where youth engage to create a better urban future. It must be because of something.
Algo será.
It must be because of something. That's why today we are here together. Today. This event, its main objective is to address the main challenges, but mostly the great opportunities of this huge urbanization, and in the active participation of the youth. But the most important thing is the participation of youngsters in the decision-making process in Querétaro, in Mexico, as well as in the world. In this way, we welcome all of you, all the representatives from all the different countries of the world, but also we have simultaneous translation. We have translation into different languages from Mexico to the rest of the world. So we welcome our honor line. So let's get started with our official protocol, and I would like an applause by speaking of youngsters making decisions. Felipe Fernando Macías Olvera, Municipal President of Querétaro. Very young, very young. Thank you for being here today. And also, an applause for Fernando Cabrera Castro, representative of the UN Fund for the Children in Mexico. Thank you. Besides, to thank Peter Brockman's presence, resident of the UN Mexico system. Thank you. Welcome to your home, Peter. Thank you for being here. Cordial salute to Enrique Martinez, Deputy Director, Secretary of Foreign Affairs in the Mexican government. Welcome to Querétaro. And taking Querétaro to the next level, we thank the presence of our constitutional governor in the state of Querétaro, Mauricio Curi González. Thank you so much for being here. We also thank the presence of a leader woman, Elba Elena Vega, Secretary of Agricultural, Territory and Urban Development Ministry. And you know that you're here. Welcome again. Thank you for being home. She is a leader of the UN settlement program. Thank you. Welcome to your home again. Next, I will give the floor to Felipe Fernando Macías, Municipal President of Querétaro, to address a speech to us. Thank you so much, and applause to him. Good morning, everyone. Please be welcome to this beautiful city, Querétaro, who is honored today to host the World Habitat Day. And I will start greeting the example of a long-term sustainable planning, our Governor, Mauricio Curi González. Thank you, Governor, for being here today with us. It is an honor to welcome you, the Director of Human Settlements of the UN, Ana Claudia Marinero Centeno. It's an honor to have you here, Ana Claudia. Thank you for being here. An honor to welcome Edna Vega, our Ministry of Agricultural and Urban Development, and also our President in representation of Claudia Sheinbaum, the President of Mexico, and Akin Velasquez and Fernando and all the honored line that is today here with us in such an important event. Friends, dear friends, Querétaro is a benchmark internationally. We have 3 statements by the UN. We have the World Heritage Declaratory for 30 years in 2026, and Design City. That's why it is an honor to us that the UN has acknowledged and selected our city of this important event. Most of all, because Querétaro is head of the metropolitan area that has grown most in our country. This metropolitan area in Querétaro is the most growing city at the national level. Therefore, in Querétaro we know of the economical progress and industrial development, and as well we know the problems as well as the challenges that this growth faces. That's why the UN selects Querétaro today, because Querétaro is a benchmark of a well-planned growth, respectful of our natural resources. The growth of our industrial development cannot be synonym of losing life quality of the families. I am part of a generation of politicians headed by Mauricio Curi, our government, where we make decisions in the long term on behalf of the new generations. Beyond the politician cost, we need to make decisions that need to be made to respect the next generations, to respect our ecosystems and our environment. Friends, we have talked about the complex context in which we live in. We need to look after our natural resources. We need to look after the water, and we have discussed that the biggest international conflicts are going to be the result of the fight for the natural resources. I am convinced that it has to be the other way around. The natural resources should be the cooperation and solidarity amongst the communities, and we need to work together. And with Ana Claudia, our General Director of the UN Habitat, she had a meeting this morning at Lebanon. They are at conflict at present, and hopefully that this exercise today is a call for the rest of the world that we need peace, and we want peace and prosperity in the rest of the world, and that this exercise today is of unity, of equality, of opportunities for the most needed. Thank you so much, and please be welcome to Querétaro. Thank you so much to our municipal president in Querétaro, Luis Fernando Macías. And it's important to say that if we do not have a healthy childhood, we cannot have a bright future to our country. Let's welcome the representative of UNICEF in our country. Thank you so much. Fernando, please be welcome. First of all, I would like to address these words to the governor of Querétaro once again by the UN in the state of Querétaro, and of course to the Secretary of Urban and Rural and Territory Ministry. It's an honor that you're here with us, and the Deputy Director of the Human Rights. It's a pleasure to meet you, and our host in the city, the municipal president of Querétaro, our special guest and center of this event, Annalisa, the executive director of the UN Habitat, who is here with us, and Peter Groman, our colleague in the UN, who is here with us as well. All the authorities that are here with us and all the citizens in Querétaro who are here as well, and everyone looking or watching this video in the social media about this day that is not only in Querétaro, is not only happening in Querétaro. It's a worldwide day. We are celebrating a day, a World Habitat Day. Thank you, Catherine Russell, who delegate this great opportunity to me to address this speech. And first of all, I would like to outstand the paradox of the urban spaces in which we are. The paradox is that we live in cities that may be an opportunity space of development and promotion of quality of life, but also this is an exclusion spaces, discrimination, and inequity. We have discussed this a lot in Mexico City, in particular, because that is a city that is offering lots of opportunities to certain groups of the population, but unfortunately excludes certain groups as well. And I would like to stand this out because nobody else suffers more than the children, girls and boys. It is important that the boys and girls suffering this inequity, and because of this discrimination, we are not only killing their opportunity today, but their tomorrow's opportunity. That's why it is strategic that in the center or the core of the urban strategy, we need to have an agenda for the children, for the girls and boys who are here. And secondly, we need to promote the participation of youngsters, boys and girls. Their participation is one of the core topics of this day. UNICEF is growing an initiative, youthful leadership strategy, with the participation of 300 cities, but in Mexico, the US and Mexico, and we are going to raise a global movement around 30,000 youngsters who are going to participate in the different cities of the world. And first of all, I would like to thank Querétaro for welcoming us, for having us today, to ONU Habitat, our brothers accompanying us in this great job. And thank you so much for supporting us, the UN Habitat Querétaro, in this, in promoting this space for the children and the youth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your message. It is important to involve the young people, because with your innovative view, we are going to build these opportunities for everyone to be involved, to guarantee and ensure an adequate shelter and housing and life quality for everyone. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to give the floor to Peter Rockman, coordinator of UN Mexico system, who is going to address some words to us. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here with you here in Querétaro. I would like to thank you for your hospitality, the governor, the mayor, for being here in this such an important event. Also, I would like to salute the ministry and the deputy ministry, our colleagues, and especially to Ana Claudia Marinero, who is here with us today as the General Director of the UN Habitat. And well, greetings to all of you, all the authorities, all the mayors and mayors, and all the citizens of the world. It is a great pleasure to be here to celebrate the World Habitat Day. It's a very important event for us to confirm the importance of habitat for the human being. We at the UN A month ago, we had the Summit of the Future in New York, where all the nations of the world, all the member states of the UN have agreed a new pact to confirm the importance of multilateralism, to confirm or reaffirm that we in the world need solutions for the peace and for the sustainable growth and for the human rights. And one of the innovations of this summit this year has been a strong emphasis in the participation of the youth in the deliberations and the decision-making process on their own future. In Mexico, before this summit, we had an event at Tlatelolco, an emblematic place in Mexico with Mexican youngsters to discuss their priorities for the future. And one of the most important topics that came up at that meeting with the Mexican youngsters was the importance of accessible housing and dignified housing. Today I was asked, and I am going to read that, I was asked to read the message of the Secretary General of the UN for the World Habitat Day. The slogan of the day is to involve the youngsters to create a better urban future. In the World Habitat Day, we reaffirm the basic right to the shelter, and we reflect on the transformation of the urban environments. The topic this year is emphasizing the vital role of the youngsters to create a better urban future. By 2030, around 60% of the urban population will have less than 18 years old. Likewise, as cities keep on growing, the opportunity of covering the energy of youngsters are also growing in order to face the challenges and convert them into opportunities. The future, as said at the World Summit last month, youngsters are decisive in the construction of a more equitable future and sustainable future. To undertake that potential to the most, we need to invest in education, to broaden the digital needs and foster the entrepreneurship spirit and promote young initiatives of environmental actions, sustainable housing, and durable and long-lasting mobility. All that and more is what we need in order to create dynamic cities, inclusive cities, and resilient cities, and to reach the objectives of the sustainable development. We celebrate the World Habitat Day everywhere in the world by including the young people in the decision-making process and building cities where people can thrive. These are the words of the Secretary General Antonio Guterres of the UN. I wish you a great World Habitat Day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Peter. Now we are going to welcome Enrique Javier Ochoa, Deputy Director of Multilateral Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Mexican government. Welcome, Enrique. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our host, the governor of Querétaro, Mr. Curi, and the mayor of Querétaro for this warm welcome in this beautiful city. As we know, it's a World Heritage City. And on behalf of Juan Ramón de la Fuente, I would like to welcome our international guest, in particular the Executive Director of HONU Habitat, and also I acknowledge, and it's an honor to share with Edna Vega. I do thank you for all your kindness. It is great, and it's a great satisfaction to be here, and I do thank you for the message of the Secretary General of the UN that was shared with us this morning. I think the message is clear. The Secretary has a clear vision on what is the right path to follow. Peter Oman has made a reference to what is contained in this pact, and I think we need to put in place all these actions. So this document is very important, and this document was approved a few weeks ago in the UN. Also, it is a great satisfaction to share with all these young people who are present here to involve the youth in the creation of better urban futures. The youth, as we have mentioned, play a crucial role in the building of more sustainable cities. Its leadership and perspective can lead us to imagine better strategies to create better environment, better inclusive environments. We need to think in inclusive cities. Collaboration amongst the generation promotes and fosters a better social cohesion. It strengthens our community tissue, and it is necessary to create this belonging and identity feeling. And in this sense, I do thank our hosts, the cultural event that you have organized. It is important, the collaboration of the Mexican government to carry on working together, in particular to the World Assembly of the UN Habitat, who is going to be hosted by Mexico. We are going to carry on strengthening our collaboration with UN Habitat, and I would like to say that from the Foreign Affairs Ministry we are going to carry on fostering all the efforts by the national government and local governments, state governments, in order to strengthen our cities and create more inclusive cities and more intelligent cities. Congratulations and happy World Habitat Day. Thank you so much for your message. And as you said, Querétaro is World Heritage. Querétaro has culture and history, and mostly is the city in progress. And this is an effort that we have made from the government. And please, let's welcome Mauricio Curi González, Governor of the state of Querétaro, who is going to address a speech.
Gracias, Alma. Muy buenos días.
Good morning, everyone. Please be welcome. I'm really happy to be here. Ana Claudia Marinero Centeno, thank you for being here. She is the director of the Habitat UN. Thank you so much, Ana Claudia. Edna, the Ministry of Agriculture of the Government of Mexico, and thank you for being in representation to the President of Mexico and all the authorities, the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the Brigade of the commandants and all the militaries who are here with us, and also the Mayor Felipe Macias Olvera. Thank you for being here with us, and everyone, please we welcome. As you know, I am going to be very brief. In my first campaign, well, it took place in 2015 as the mayor of Corregidora, the municipality. I was working in the private sector, and when someone said, "Why don't you start being a mayor? Why don't you post for mayor of Corregidora?" This is a very rich municipality, and when I started my campaign, I was wondering if it's the most rich or the richest municipality in this state. Can you imagine how is it the poorest one? Well, now we have communities, very remote communities. We have dispersed communities, we have disconnected communities, but if we want to carry on living in a peaceful place, I'm not talking about living at war, but without fear, without floatings, without violence, without well, with safety. That's why in Querétaro we foster institution safety and security and certainty, legal certainty. That's why today it's a day that we need to be very happy here in Querétaro, because one of the biggest challenges in Querétaro, it's that we have a beautiful place with beautiful things such as financial growth, economical growth.
And many people are arriving to Querétaro. As the mayor said, Querétaro is the first destination of international and national migration in the country. And this, of course, presents many challenges. We have water, security, economy, mobility, safety. And that is why it is a pleasure for me to welcome all of the youth here today. Because we need to understand that the worst decision that we could possibly make as citizens is leaving the future of our children, our grandchildren, to politicians only. The fact that you, the youth, are here today listening and providing us with ideas is important not only for us but also for the future generations, and that is what tells us that we are in favor of this and that we are on the right track and the right path. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to the UN, to the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Mexico, who helped us coordinate all of this event. This is an amazing opportunity to Querétaro, to Mexico, to the world. So let's continue to distinguish ourselves from the rest of the country and from the rest of the world. So thank you very much, everyone, and long live Querétaro and the UN. Thank you very much. This is definitely something that we cannot stop talking about. We cannot leave growth, development out of the conversation if there is no equity. This will have conducted. This is our time. This is the time for women. And actually, it has always been. We have continued to fight in order to get better positions that allow us to make decisions, positions that allow us to be a part of this change and this development. And that is why I would now like to give the floor to Elena Vega, the Secretary of the Territorial, Urban, and Agricultural Development. An amazing woman. Welcome, Elena. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Governor, Municipal President, and everyone here from UN Habitat, the authorities, main stakeholders, and everyone here today. Welcome, and thank you very much. It is a great honor for me to be here in front of you celebrating the World Habitat Day. If I am not mistaken, this started almost 40 years ago. And this is the time to reflect on the respect that we give to human settlements and households. In the the previous meeting that we had before we started this summit today, we were discussing how do we understand habitat, how do we understand households, how do we understand sheltering. Today, with the approach that the youth are giving us towards the future and the future for ourselves, our cities, the territory, and the territory in all of the countries today make it very important. From the Mexican government, we believe that habitat is a right, a human right. And this right starts in our households, and it represents one of the biggest challenges. We have to give it a vision beyond all technical aspects, beyond the timely review. We have to have a broader vision so that we can transmit this development to the rest of the countries. At first, when we first started planning this very beautiful cultural event, I acknowledged how important our roots are. The video that told us a little bit more about the development that we have been making in Querétaro, such a beautiful city, is very important. And if we take a look at that contrast where the event started, we see that what we would expect is to transmit our vision to you. This vision includes rights. This vision includes the foundation to continue to move forward on the right to habitat. This event represents the possibility of reflecting on the challenges and opportunities that this new vision provides to us. And let's do that. All of us main stakeholders present today here, and both personally and virtually, have a lot to give in. And we need to continue building different cities, secure cities, cities dedicated to the youth, to the children, to both boys and girls. We need to continue growing in a better way. Undoubtedly, Querétaro is one of the entities that has increased and developed the most in terms of urban development. But of course, this represents a challenge for the governor and for all of the municipalities' presidents. It is not enough to only plan for urban development. We need to think beyond. We need to think, how are we going to link urban development to the environment? From the government of Mexico, we are going to boost an initiative in order to pass a new law that links urban development and the environmental development. Because decades ago, it would seem that these two aspects were completely independent, but now we are at a stage in which these two aspects need to go hand in hand. And I'm sorry to say this, but this is a fight between environmental authorities and urban development authorities, and sometimes the dialogue between them is very, very hard. So we need to start working on that as well. From the government of Mexico, and this is something that you have probably heard before, there is a very ambitious household program. Approximately 1 million households in the country are being developed. And you might say, we have done more before. The big difference is that this million of households is fully dedicated to those areas that need it the most. And in the framework of this event, I would like to highlight that Dr. Claudia Sheinbaum, our president, has a very clear vision on the role that the youth play. So within this million household program, a very good part of this households is going to be given to the youth. They are going to be able to rent it. And we are going to give priority to the younger population. Aside from this, there are many other projects that have a higher priority and that are related to the structure and the development of the states. On behalf of the governor of Querétaro, I would like to say that we have had very important discussions with Claudia Sheinbaum, our president, and this conversation is going to allow us to put this project into a reality. So I would like to wish the greatest of all success to this program. This is a very enriching program. And let's not just sit back and stay with words. With UN Habitat, we now have a clear vision, and we know for sure that these spaces need to be consolidated in specific projects that allow us to move forward. So let's not stay behind. Let's not leave it just at interchanging ideas. Let's also see and make results happen. Let's bring concrete results to a long, medium, and short term. The future is in our hands, in your hands. The greatest advance that we have seen of the youth building this agenda is one of the greatest steps that we could have taken. And this, of course, is evidence of how visible women, the youngsters, the indigenous people, and many, many other stakeholders are now. Stakeholders that were not visible before and that are now here with us. And I would like to wish you the greatest of lucks and success. This is going to be an amazing debate, and this is going to enrich Mexico very much. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Muchísimas gracias, secretaria, por su mensaje.
Thank you very much, Secretary, for your amazing message. And how important is it to guarantee adequate shelter for everyone, but also reflect on human settlements? And that is why I would now like to welcome and give the floor to Ana Claudia Rochbach, the Executive Director of the Human Settlement Program of the UN. Please welcome her. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It is an honor and a greatest pleasure to be here with you today. I am very pleased with this being one of my first formal events as the Executive Director in UN Habitat. This is a historic day. This is the World Habitat Day, and it is amazing that it is in Latin America. I am from Brazil, therefore I am from the same region, and therefore I feel at home here in Mexico. So I would like to welcome very much everyone here with us today. Thank you very much to our hosts, Mauricio Curi, the Governor of Querétaro. Thank you very much for conducting the effort of preparing this event. President, thank you very much for your support, for your solidarity. Thank you very much to everyone that's here with us who is living one of the most critical situations. Thank you to the government of Mexico, to the Ambassador Enrique, my friend Edna, for being here today. Thank you for allowing me to preside the UN Habitat event today. Thank you to my colleagues at the UN, Peter Holman, Fernando Carrera, for the support. It is a pleasure for me to listen to everything that all of you have to say, all of that related to the new urban agenda, to the new development in cities. And I stand with you, Fernando. We cannot allow having a new generation of children being born in a vulnerable situation, in informal settlements, in inadequate settlements, without a household to live in. As my colleagues have already mentioned, Peter, he transmitted the message of the Secretary General to us. So I came directly from New York, where we just approved an international commitment for all countries with a vision towards the future, and the future belongs to the youth. This event is the most strategic event because it is the first event that we are hosting as UN Habitat in a public manner, and that comes right after that key discussion and approval of such an important agreement, which is being agreed on between the UN and the nations. And this is for the future of the youth. And how can we do this without the youth? Our vision towards the future can only be stated by the vision and the minds of the youth. My previous colleagues talked already about the humanitarian crisis, the natural disasters, the climate crisis, the global household crisis. Today in the world, we have approximately 3 billion people with difficulties to access households. We have record numbers on the gap between the household prices and the wages of people. We have millions of houses that are being destroyed by conflicts and natural disasters. And all of this requires a joint effort. And that includes urban planification, infrastructure connection, social inclusion, and environmental protection. Environmental protection is never going to be a factor if we don't protect people, if we don't protect cities who host the people. We are not going to get to the SDGs if we do not have a roof to live in. The roof, the city, the house, the household, the cities, all of this represent the core of the 2030 agenda. And it is a fundamental aspect to face all of the challenges that we are facing. A pleasure for me to start this discussion here today. It is an honor for me to share this space with the winners of the Scroll of Honor Award and be able to transmit these amazing practices in order for them to work as a pillar for a cultural change that is going to be withheld by the youth vision. How are we going to be able to order all of these factors together so that we can make a greater impact? How can we add more to the territory planification, to the urban planification? How can we add the environment factor and the social factor to this urban agenda? And in this agenda, there is a very important principle, which is the ecological and social soil function. And this function needs to stand at the core of all of the planification models. We are here today to start a very important discussion. This month, October, is the month of the urban factors. We call it the Urban Month, and we are going to be holding different events, and these events have a very catalytic effect, which is very important. And throughout this month, we are going to get to know the cities. We are going to try to understand what the civil society is doing, how the academics and the scholars are researching this about our cities. And starting from there, from those foundations, we are going to collectively design a vision forward for the future. This month starts with the World Urban Forum, will end with the World Urban Forum at El Cairo, Egypt, from the 4th to the 8th of November. And there we are going to be welcoming very important scholars and urban thinkers. And we might even take people from here, from Querétaro, to Egypt in order to continue discussing what we are going to start discussing here, because we need to illustrate the most strategic decisions. So yes, Querétaro is stronger than ever, and it is going to be present in the global agenda. We are inspired by the story, the past, the present, and the future of Querétaro. And that is why we are acknowledging how important this urban agenda is and how important it is to follow the governance principles at an international level, and how important the environment is, and how important the people are for the future of our cities. So thank you very much to our hosts, to our team, to UN Habitat, who has been working a lot to get to where we are now. I know that I am just starting my tenure as the executive director, and I cannot be happier to see this event culminating today. So thank you very much, everyone.
Mi querida Ana Claudia.
Ana Claudia, we are now going to start with the welcoming protocol, and for that we would like to ask our authorities to come to the stage. Fernando Macias, Peter Brugman, the President of the UN Mexico System, Enrique Javier Ochoa Martinez. please join us here on stage. Our governor, of course, Mauricio Curi Gonzalez, and Edna Elena Vega, the Secretary of the Urban and Territorial Development Secretary. This is the line of honor, and they are going to be inaugurating this event, the World Habitat Day from UN Habitat from Querétaro, Mexico. So without any further ado, let's now officially inaugurate this World Habitat Day.
Bueno, entonces declaramos inaugurado el.
So without any further ado, we would now like to declare as inaugurated the World Habitat Day, a day to share with our colleagues. As you can see, we didn't really plan this inauguration protocol. However, we cannot go without highlighting how important this celebration is. So again, we would now like to declare as inaugurated this World Habitat Day. It is now 10:19 a.m. Mexico City time of October 7th, 2024. This is the first Monday of October, the day in which the World Habitat Day is celebrated. So we would now like to declare as inaugurated this amazing event. Thank you very much, and have everyone the greatest of successes. Okay, so let's start with our photo to remember for the rest of our days that today, on October the 7th, 2024, we are starting the World Habitat Day at Querétaro. And I would like to remind you that we are going to have different activities throughout the full week. We are going to have different activities, so please join us. Everyone online also be welcome. And on my right, I know that this is a circular event, but on the right we have the booths doing the simultaneous translation. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much to our translators and interpretations. We have live interpretation to English, Chinese, Arab, Russian, French, and I think I am missing one more language, but thank you very much to our translators and interpreters, and thank you very much everyone joining us from the different parts of the world. Again, this is your house, this is Mexico, this is Querétaro. So let's harness the energy that we have today, this Monday morning, and let's get to work in favor of a more sustainable, equitable future for all. So now we would like to welcome all of you to watch the following video, courtesy of the UN.
This is no city for a woman, let alone a young woman. In fact, this is no city for the youth. No public spaces, no parks, no youth centers, no public transport, no real job opportunities either. Very little to do. They're stuck at home, losing faith in themselves and missing out on what the world has to offer and what they can offer in return. We can't expect our youth to suddenly become leaders out of nowhere. There is a limit to what training can achieve. Leadership is born out of experience, on the field of decision-making, every day. We must give them responsibilities, let them make the hard choices, fall and pick themselves up again, learn and improve, give our youth a chance to show us what they're made of. Still having doubts? Then listen to their stories.
Para mí la calidad de vida tiene mucho que ver con los.
For me, life quality is related to the public services that we are given and the quality with which we receive them. However, it also includes different factors such as education, public security, the environment, an efficient and accessible means of transportation for everyone, and even the contact that we have with the culture in our state. For me, life quality represents being able to live in a place where not only my basic needs are met, but also promotes activities and benefits for me and my community in a sustainable manner. That means that I should be able to access health and education services, and of course a proper transportation. And this of course not only means security, but also social inclusion and environmental protection.
Of youth is understanding that each way of seeing life and conceiving our city in the future is extremely valuable. Quality of life implies being able to be active citizens, peace builders, and change makers.
Muy bien, bueno, pues vamos a...
Okay, so now let's start with a very important part of the morning. We are going to start the Scroll of Honor Award ceremony. This award was created in 1989 by UN Habitat in order to recognize the participation of the governments and individuals to household development. This is the most prestigious award in terms of human settlement. So I would now like to welcome Caterina Bezgachina, the lead communication director of UN Habitat, in order to give this award. Caterina.
This is your home, and now we are your friends, and maybe we are your family. Thank you for coming, and enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Hola, Querétaro.
Hello, Querétaro. Hello, Mexico.
Many faces today here. And I see also there are a lot of young faces. It is really great because we can really think here, and the energy of this room shows me that you are here not only to listen, but to take action. It is great to imagine a world, how it is going to look like in 10 or 20 years. It is great to imagine how Querétaro will look in 10, 20, 30, or 50 years. I think it's great, but we are here not only to dream, but to take action. And also, we are here to recognize some of the people who have already put their thoughts into action and achieved a lot in sustainable urban development. UN Habitat Scroll of Honor Award recognizes distinguished people and organizations who have done a lot to promote sustainable urban development and sustainable development goals. Also, over the last 30 years, we have recognized more than 192 individuals and entities who contributed to sustainable urban development. This year, UN Habitat received 127 entries from Africa, the Americas, Europe, and Oceania. And here today with us, we have 4 winners of our award. So I would like now to start recognizing these people, and for this ceremony, I would like to invite Executive Director of UN Habitat, Anna Claudia Rosbach, on stage. Thank you, Executive Director. Our first award goes to the municipality of Rabat in the Kingdom of Morocco. Give them a round of applause. Rabat is recognized for its innovative approach to integrated and sustainable urban development. And I would like to welcome on stage Fatia El Moudni, Mayor of Rabat.
Marruecos, nuestro primer galardonado.
Our first winner is Morocco. Congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations. Next, I would like to welcome Alcaldía de Santiago de Cali from Cali, Colombia, which has been working hard to transform public spaces, legalize informal settlements, and promote sustainable urban development. We have Maria del Marmoso from Cali, who is receiving the award.
Colombia, nuestro segundo país galardonado en esta mañana. Felicidades, enhorabuena, bienvenidos a México.
Our next award goes to Majelis Bandaraya Ipoh from Ipoh, Perak, Malaysia. The city has taken impressive steps to move from a resource-intensive economy to a model that focuses on health, waste management, and ecotourism. I invite Dr. Rumazi Baharin, Mayor of Ipoh, to come on stage and receive the award.
Malasia, nuestro tercer galardonado en esta mañana.
Malaysia, our third winner. Congratulations.
Next, we invite on stage Alan Kong from Ocean Grove, Australia, for his groundbreaking work in socially and environmentally sustainable architecture, as well as his mentorship in inclusive design and indigenous advocacy.
Australia, bienvenidos. Nuestro siguiente.
Welcome, Australia. Our next award.
UN Habitat won awards, and unfortunately one of our winners is not able to attend, but I would like to announce him, David Satterthwaite from London, UK. David has spent more than 50 years of his life advocating for better housing and living conditions for marginalized urban residents. His works include influential book on squatter citizen. He has drawn attention to challenges faced by slum dwellers, and he's informed more research on this topic. David's work was with organizations like Slum and Shack Dwellers International, and we recognize him for his research and urban policies that prioritize the needs of vulnerable populations. The award is going to be presented by the Executive Director of UN Habitat virtually. So let's also come together for a group picture.
Se reconoce al quinto galardonado, que es Londres, desafortunadamente no pudo.
We are recognizing and awarding the fifth award from London, UK. He's aligned to everything that is indicated here in this UN Habitat London, our fifth award of this morning. Thank you. A round of applause for all the awards today, this morning. This is the most emotional and emotive moment. 5 countries gather here in this day, in this World Habitat Day.
Congratulations, you are here with us today. Big hug from Querétaro, Mexico.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for our winners, and we invite them to go off stage and take the seats. Thank you. David is not going to be with us, but we were able to record a small video where he is going to say a few words about the award. So at least he can be with us virtually. Let's play the video.
The award means greater visibility and learning for the amazing work done by our partners. Partners that include local government and grassroots organizations and their federations. And of course it includes the Asian Coalition for Housing Rights and Slum Shack Dwellers International, from whom we all learn so much.
Thank you very much, David, and we hope that the award reaches you. We congratulate you. Now I would like to invite on stage Alan Kong from Ocean Grove, Australia, to say a few words of acceptance.
Thanks very much for this honour. It's very humbling. First, I'd like to acknowledge my elders, past and present. Also acknowledge my Indigenous and Chinese, Scottish ancestry. This ancestry has enabled me to have quite a holistic view of how I practice architecture. Also, I'd like to acknowledge and thank my dear wife over there, long-suffering, 40 years more of listening to all the trials and tribulation of architecture. I'd also like to thank my children for keep on teaching me new things every day. Architecture doesn't happen in a vacuum. I've had many architects working for me over the last 35 years in my practice, and I thank them all for their great work that they've done. Also, clients are important because architects can't work without clients, and one client in particular I'd like to acknowledge is Winteringham. They've been my client for nearly 30 years, and we've done so many wonderful jobs with them. Also, as part of my role as co-director of Architecture for All of the UIA, the UIA Architecture for All has members in over 50 countries around the world, all who are working hard to create more inclusive and friendly environments for people with disabilities. Also, I have a role of co-director of Architecture for All, sorry, not Architecture for All, Indigenous Architecture and Design Australia. This is an organisation that mentors and fosters young Indigenous architects into the profession and provides them safe spaces for them to come to get advice. One of the things that we don't really notice until we see how someone observes us from the outside. Last night I was talking to a person on our table who wanted to know all about what the award was about. I explained that my history in a little way, in that when I was 7, I had a book that had an article about the United Nations, and the Secretary General at the time was U Tant. And I thought that was the most wonderful, wonderful organisation I'd ever heard of. And it's a wonder that I'm here today to accept a honour from the United Nations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan. Let's give a round of applause to Alan Kong. Now I would like to invite on stage Dr. Rumazi Baharin, Mayor of Ipoh from Malaysia.
Thank you, UN Habitat, for this award. And this award meaning very much to us, especially Ipoh. It gives us motivation to do more good for benefit people and planets. That's all. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you very much. Let's give one more round of applause. And now, I would like to invite on stage Maria del Mar Mozo, who represents Cali, Colombia.
Bueno, muy buenos días para todos.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, UN Habitat, for this invite. Cali has more than 2 million inhabitants. We have an armed conflict, and we received every day people who are fleeing from that conflict. So we have many human settlements. This is the place where most human settlements are located in Colombia, and that's why we are not ignorant of those challenges, and that's why we have a public policy as well as a program supporting this that it's called My Habitat. With this program and this administration, we will be intervening 41 settlements out of 193. What is that meaning? Well, that means that to dignify the quality of life of the people, and not only this, but we are going to do interventions in public spaces because Cali is a biodiversity city, but there are places where many settlements have no opportunity to have a place for expansion for the people to have how to recreate their body and mind. We have it clear. We have a clear path to intervene more than 50,000 square meters of public space in precarious spaces, and that is the reason why the significance of this award is telling us that we are doing things right, that we have the right. That Cali has an opportunity to improve the quality of life of people, of its inhabitants. Come to Cali, visit Cali, and please come and work with us because we can change the people's life, because we have politician life and will to change the meaning of our lives. We are doing things right. The mayor and our Mayor Alejandro and everybody working here in these programs are aiming to recover the city of Cali, and this is part of the world because at the end of the day, we're part of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And then now I would like to invite on stage Fatia El Modni, who is the mayor of Rabat from the Kingdom of Morocco.
Thank you very much. First of all, we're really honored to receive the 2024 UN Habitat Scroll of Honor in recognition for Rabat's urban planning and sustainable development initiatives. We do actually dedicate this award to His Majesty the King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, for his leadership, commitment to make Rabat a green, resilient, and sustainable city. Of course, I have to thank the Wilaya of Rabat Saleh Kenitra region for first of all, initiating this candidacy, for their help, support, and leadership. And of course, today's award is a significant achievement, and it means a lot to us. It is how we express that the role or the importance of the collaboration between the Wilaya of Rabat Saleh Kenitra, key ministerial departments, civil society, the private sector, and of course local stakeholders. And together we work towards tackling challenges in urban development and to make lives easier and better for our citizens. Of course, this is done while at the same time localizing the 6 transitions. So today I would like to say thank you to UN Habitat, thank you to the government of Mexico, thank you Querétaro and all partners for this esteemed award. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I would like to say thank you to our amazing Scroll of Honor winners. These are the Scroll of Honor winners 2024. Let's give them one more round of applause and muchísimas gracias.
Ekaterina, muchísimas gracias.
Ekaterina, thank you so much. A big round of applause to Ekaterina. We would like to congratulate all the awarded people. Thank you for participating. This is the time to invite the authorities to go to the press room in order to address the press conference about what is going to happen today in the World Habitat Day. What we have today in the agenda beyond the 2030 agenda. Please come to the international press room while we carry on with the event that is scheduled for today. Yes, we have a big surprise for all of you, something that has been prepared with a lot of love. So next we are going to present Motherless Child, the creation and direction by Raúl Tamés, member of the Art Creator System 2023-2026. This was commissioned for the Music Academy of Sydney, Australia. Was presented in the International Festival of Contemporary Dance in Mexico City with the pupils and students of Mexico City. This is a very important part, and I do invite you to watch this because this is a homage of the female fight. We, the women, are fighting. This is a homage of female and male for all the disappeared in our country, to all the mothers who are childless, all the mothers, all the child without children, the slavery and the hope. This is a homage. Please, a round of applause.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this amazing cultural presentation. Please applaud them. This is a presentation that, of course, leaves us with a very big reflection. These are real problems that need real solutions. The women fight, migration, disappearances, motherless children, so many social issues that we have today and that have been misrepresented, but we now need to start creating awareness on them, and today we have to change this. Today we can make and we have to make a difference. So thank you very much, Senadak, for this amazing message. And that was only the beginning of this incredible World Habitat Day on Monday, October the 7th. A commemoration that has been having place for many years now. So we would now like to give you a 30-minute break. Please, you can walk around our venue to visit the different stands outside. In 30 minutes, we are going to welcome our next presentations. We are going to have different dialogues and panels for you today. And we are going to have very important guests. So thank you and welcome to this World Habitat Day from Querétaro.